So why the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 is a major threat for the iPhone 14 in India? Well, I'm talking about Indian pricing because in USA the things are different. Like in USA you will get the iPhone 14 Pro and the Z Flip 4 for the same price. So that's why it's not comparable in USA. I mean, definitely the iPhone Pro is a better phone. But when it comes to Indian market, the price of iPhone 14 is similar to the price of Z Flip 4. The price of Z Flip 4 in India is 83,000 after the discounts, and you can get the iPhone 14 for 75,000 rupees. So that's why iPhone 14 makes more sense. It's more comparable. But when we actually compare this phone with this iPhone 14, I mean, Z Flip 4 is way ahead. You can flip this phone and it's very unique, very innovative, and it's definitely a fun phone to use. Alright guys, so now we all know, I know that we can actually flip this phone, so it's very unique, right? But how it's actually better than the iPhone 14? So see, first of all, when you see iPhone 14 lineup, then iPhone 14 is not a huge upgrade as compared to iPhone 13. So it's not a great phone in itself. And when you look at this phone, when you compare this phone with the iPhone 14, I mean, there's not any department where you can find that this phone falls behind the iPhone 14. I mean, in terms of camera, in terms of display, in fact you will get 120 Hz high refresh rate in Flip 4, whereas iPhone 14 is still stuck with 60 Hz. I mean, in a flagship phone you are getting 60 Hz high refresh rate, which is really disappointing. And the other thing is that you will still get that same notch. Now the difference between the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro is huge. You will see the dynamic island in iPhone 14 Pro, but in iPhone 14 you will still get the notch, whereas here we will get the punch hole plus this folding mechanism. Makes this phone very lovely, and I really loved the overall experience of Flip 4. So if I am you and if I have the budget of 80,000 right now, I will definitely go with this phone because this is something refreshing. I mean, I really enjoyed using this phone, and if you just use a normal slab phone, a 80,000 phone which feels outdated, especially hardware wise, then it doesn't make any sense. And this is the reason what makes the Flip 4 a stronger contender. Well, I know that folding mechanism is a huge plus point in the favor of Z Flip 4, but this is not the only reason on the basis of which you can decide your purchase decision. I mean, the folding should not be the only reason to go with the Flip 4 instead of the iPhone 14. So I mean, if you think carefully, if you see the performance, software, display, camera, battery, then it's very neck to neck. I mean, in terms of performance, you will get the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 in the Flip 4, and on the iPhone 14 you will get the last year's A15 Bionic. But don't get the wrong idea, A15 Bionic is more than capable and it's a very powerful processor. So in terms of performance, both of these phones are going to be fine for a normal consumer. Now talking about software, then Samsung is going to give you 4 years of major Android plus 5 years of security patches, and on the other hand you will get 5 years of major iOS updates on iPhone 14. And if you ask me, then both of these companies are already giving more than enough software update. And if you ask me about the software, then One UI and iOS both are very good at their own places. Now if we talk about one very important aspect, which is the cameras, and see, I wasn't expecting much from the camera department of Flip 4 when I was about to purchase this phone, but when I actually started using the cameras, I was impressed, and I was impressed with both photos and video quality of this phone. And it is not as good as S22 Ultra or the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max, and I don't know about iPhone 14 because I haven't used iPhone 14 side by side with the Flip 4, but I can tell you one thing, that this is a flagship grade camera, and difference between this and the iPhone 14 is not going to be huge. And you can see the photo samples of Flip 3, and also you can see the video quality, which is very top notch. So I am very happy with both the photos and videos. And in photo, there is one area which is worth mentioning, is the dynamic range, where Samsung flagship always shines and the Z Flip 4 is no different. And if you see the cameras of iPhone 14 itself, then it isn't a huge upgrade as compared to iPhone 13. It's the same camera of iPhone 13. You will see some more pixels and some more improvements in low light with f1.5 aperture, but there is not much of a difference when you actually compare in day-to-day life. I'm 100% sure. And if we talk about the other aspect, that where actually the iPhone 14 is better than the Z Flip 4, then it's going to be the battery life. I'm 100% sure that you will get a better battery life in iPhone 14 as compared to Z Flip 4, because the battery life here is actually not that great. Now if you want to know how much battery I'm getting, then you have to wait for my review video, so make sure to subscribe my channel. So guys, apart from the battery life, I mean, there's not a single department where iPhone 14 is better, and in display the Z Flip 4 is better. So one point goes to iPhone 14, the another point goes to the Z Flip 4. Rest everything is very neck to neck, but there is one very big advantage, which is of course the flip. Right, so that's the unique selling point of this phone, and I guess if you have the budget of 80,000 rupees, I already told you previously in the video, right, that you should go with this phone. I mean, it's worth giving a try to this flip phone. Well, if you really want to buy an iPhone, then I guess you should go with the iPhone 13, which is going to be available for 50,000 rupees in the sale. You can get the iPhone 13 at 50,000 from the Flipkart's Big Billion Days sale, which is going to start from 23rd September. So you can save your 30,000 rupees via not going for the iPhone 14, which is, I mean, iPhone 13 and 14 are basically the identical phone. So just save your money and go with iPhone 13. And if you are really like, no, I have to spend 80,000 on a phone because I have the budget of 80,000, then yeah, this phone is a better deal in my opinion. So yeah, that's it from today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If yes, then hit the like button and share this video with your friends. And I guess I have already said this twice in my video, but now here's the third time. Subscribe to the channel because iPhone 14 Pro content is also coming very soon on my channel, and also the Z Flip 4 related content will also come. So yeah, make sure to subscribe. It is going to be worth it for you as well. And yeah, that's it from today's video. I will catch you in the next one. Until then, bye bye. Take care. 1 2 3 4 स्टार्ट है. जॉय टू यूज नहीं, कैसे बोले इसको, इस लाइन को.